Hi everyone. So for activity 4B, you need to write an essay about what we're gonna see in this video, which is how to submit your paper for publication. So first of all, you will have to choose a journal where you want to publish. You already saw some examples of how to choose your journal in Brightspace, in the content in Brightspace. But here I'm gonna show you when you have chosen a journal, what you have to do to submit your paper. So I'm gonna share my screen. Okay, so let's say I already chose that I want to publish in the editorial frontiers. And when you choose the journal where you want to publish, it is important for you to look at the author's guide because there it will tell you what kind of articles it accepts because not all journals accept mini reviews. It will also tell you the format you need to adjust your manuscript to be submitted to that journal, and you must open a profile in that um, that editorial, that journal. No, in this case, well, I have already a profile here. Well, I'll log out to show you. So we chose Frontiers as the editorial for our publication, and we're gonna log in, or if you're not already have a profile there, well, you are gonna register in that journal or that editorial. So here it is my profile. I log in, and we're gonna see this page in either journal you chose to. You will find somewhere that it says submit your research. Now here it's in the upper place of the page. So we're gonna click there, submit your research. And it says here how the steps to end your publication will be. You will make the submission, then they are gonna ask different independent reviewers if they accept to review your paper. Once they accept, you're gonna read it, make observations, and you will have an interactive peer review where each of the observations that our reviewers make, you have to answer them. And okay, they see that this part it's not clear. So okay, I rewrote that part, or I clarify it by adding this, etc. And you write that response to the reviewers, and you have to mark where you make the change in your paper. And that will continue until the final decision where they say, okay, the paper is complete, it's ready for publication, or they say, no, it's not good enough for this journal. It has some issues that, well, don't make it suitable for publication. So they may accept or reject your paper. If it is accepted, well, you have to pay a fee for the publication. That fee is specified in the author's guide. So when you choose a journal, you must go to the author's guide and see how much it will cost for you to publish, because, well, the researchers are the one who pay for the publications, so that it can be open access for people to read it, no, whenever they want. So once it is accepted, they tell you, okay, you have to pay the fee for the publication. You pay it. Yeah, once it is paid, when the journal um, gathers the number of articles it's equal for that number, well, it will be published. So here we'll start a new submission. And it says here, okay, from this editorial of Frontiers, in which journal you will publish them. So my theme of research is neuroscience and all this aging neuroscience. So I'm gonna put right on aging, and I will choose Frontiers in Aging Neuroscience. And in this, I have to also select a specialty, which will be neurocognitive aging and behaving. And I will select. Okay, now the journal is selected. I have to select the type of article. In this case, yours is a mini review. Not all journals accept mini review, so you have to make sure that that journal does accept that type of article. In this case, it does accept mini reviews, so I'll choose a mini review. And it says here, no, the specifications for a mini review to be published in this journal. And we'll see here that it must, well, it must, what's important? Okay, it must have a maximum word count of 3,000 and may contain no more than 2 figures and/or tables. So that's important. Another thing that's very important is you cannot use figures or tables from other authors, no, that aren't yours. So for the use of figures or tables that are already done by someone else, you need a permission from that author to publish it. And you must write the permission, and when they accept, like make a letter, no, where it is accepted for you to use that information for publication, and you must send it to the journal that, okay, I have permission from the author to use that figure or table. So if you have any figures or tables that aren't done by you, you would have to ask for permission to use them. And well, here it says that we will need to pay a fee, and it's the fee of the type article, because the fee depends on the type of article. So you also need to search for it in the author's guide. And it says that for the mini review, the format will be as follows. We need to have an abstract. Here it's the abstract must be of maximum of 250 words. We need to have the introduction, the subsections of the relevant for the subject, that it's like the results, no, that you research for a review, and a discussion. And the total length of all those things must be a maximum of 3,000 words. Well, once you adjust the format to that journal, you already saw that, okay, it adjusts, no, that specifications that the journal asked for. You will submit your manuscript. Here, it will change in every journal editorial, but it's pretty similar. Like they ask you for what journal you will publish on, the type of article, and to submit in a PDF and Word version. So here you will drop your manuscript in Word or latest BIP and PDF version of both. So you browse for your file and you upload it. You will, as it says, you have a maximum of 2 figures. The figures are submitted separately. So you won't add it to the manuscript, but you will drop them here. No? So here it says the figures that must be in TIFF or JPG format. The length, no, the weight, you must have them on, and like the definition, it must be, and you submit it, no, or upload them in this section. If you have any other supplementary files, like a data sheet of some database, it's important for the people who read your paper to look at. You can drop it here, or any additional image that will not be in the manuscript when people read it, but in a link you can access to that information, or a video or audio that is important for your paper. It can be submitted as a supplementary file. And well, you have here the number of tables you add, You have to tell, okay, how many tables I have. It can be maximum of two, but counting the figures. So if you already have one figures, you can only have a table. Um, and you add it here. You don't, in this case, you don't submit your tables as a separate file as you do for your figures. Your tables will be attached to your manuscript, but it mostly in most journals, they ask for your tables to be at the end after the references. So you have all the manuscript, the discussion, the references, and then there will be your tables. This is why it is important for you to cite your figures and tables in the text. You know, like, okay, I'm talking about this thing and it's referred to the table one. So you in parentheses write table one because the editors are the ones that are gonna accommodate your tables and figures in your manuscript. And when they see the citation, well, I have to accommodate the table or that figure in somewhere near there. So it makes sense, no, for the reader to read that paragraph and then look at the table or the figure. You don't add it to your manuscript. So make that adjusting, you know, for your manuscript so that figures and our tables are part. And once you upload all those files that need to be there, you're gonna click on submit and you're gonna wait for the reviewers to make your observations. I'm gonna show you now in my profile how the observations I made. So let me see my submissions. Okay, let's see. I don't know. We have go to review from. So you will have a forum where the reviewers have make the observations. It's usually two reviewers, sometimes three reviewers, and the editor also makes some observations at the end. And you will answer them there. So let's see. I have reviewer one. A reviewer one make let me see someone okay, like here, no, it is a very comprehensive study looking at a wide range of outcomes measures. All the outcomes measures seem to tell the same story. The authors also replicated the findings. How the story needs to be told, however, the story needs to be told better. The manuscript is lacking clarity in places, and the writing style can be very disjointed. So they're telling, okay, it's a good, really good paper, but it can be written better. No? So we have to answer um, that observation. Like, okay, we thank the reviewer for noting all the evaluations, blah, blah, blah. However, in this, the story needs to be told. We have improved the clarity and writing style. So we like rewrote some things that needed to be clarified. And we answer that. And then we have here 5 comments. We'll answer each one. No? So one thing that most surely always will be righted when they see an author's name that it's a Latin, it's that they will say that the English uh, must be checked on by an English speaker. And that sometimes is said because the journal or the editorial offers like the payment for to be reviewed by an English speaker and to like check all the grammar and spelling. So they want you to pay for that service. So there most most commonly always will say something about the English, but what you can say is, okay, we have edited the manuscript with careful proofreading performed by someone from your team that may help you with the English, and it's okay. They have already checked it, and they say nothing more, no? Because it's like I think for them to um, get some service for no payment for that service. Don't do that. Just um, reread your paper and maybe have someone else to read your paper so they can check that everything is um, it's understood. So they most commonly always come with this comment. Yes, please rewrite the discussion that we have rereading the discussion. So you will answer to all the reviewers that make observations. You need to answer to each one of the observations and make um, the specific modifications that they asked for in the paper until they already accept your manuscript for publication, and you will get an email which says your manuscript has been accepted for publication, and then you need to pay. You pay, and then it will be published. So it's basically that those steps you need to take to publish to submit your article and wait for it to be published. Um, as I say, it changed a little from platform to platform, from journal to journal, but it's basically the same. Like you choose your journal, see the specifications for that type of article you want to publish. You upload a manuscript, the figures and tables as they ask you for, and you submit it. And you wait um, for the reviewers to make observations. It can take up to 1, 2 months, depending on the journal and depending on the responses of the reviewers for your paper to get those observations, and they as they set a deadline for you to deliver the responses. It's usually between 2 weeks and 1 month. You have to answer and make all the changes you need to make and submit it again and get another set of observations, or they say, okay, you make all the changes that need to be done and it's already accepted for it to be published. Or in some cases, no, it will be rejected and you have to search for another journal. That happens most commonly when the journal has a very high impact. So, well, I think those are the things you need to know on how to publish your reviews. If someone does want to publish it, you need to have like a senior researcher for it to be easier to make all this process. No, you're anyone that's an expert on um, your subject of publication. You can ask for a teacher that publishes in that subject if you really want to publish it. No, right now it's just like an exercise for you to get into this whole research thing. No, so hope it can be useful, this information. And if you have any questions, please let me know. Bye.